What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. I'm a little late on this one on my takeaways from the game because man, I was on my back. That's another story. Health situation came up, so I couldn't go live last night, but I was watching it. I needed something to watch to get my mind off of. But the season was saved and the coaches, how can I say this? Because I had said before, Salter is somebody you're gonna have to just let him. You're gonna have to let him fly, and sometimes that might for a player like him that might take a little patience. But once he get going, he gets going, and pretty much they just let him just do him. Just pretty much, if he feel like he can take it and run, just run with it. It's not the first time I have seen something like this. I've seen it with Michael Vick. The only difference between him and Michael Vick is the arm strength. And Michael had he's one of the top of all time as far as arm strength. He's like in the top 10. I mean, he's up there with Dan Marino. I mean, everything has been done already. Michael Vicks, the Dan Marinos, the Randall Cunninghams. For people that's students of the game, when you see a player like this, he can literally take over at will. You just gotta let him do him. And that's pretty much what you saw yesterday. They let him do him, and he was like, "I'm not sitting the bench no more. This not happening. Y'all want me to run? I'm gonna run it." And it opened up the passing game and everything else. What's interesting here is I'm just gonna go over the stats. There's something interesting here. I had said this before the season started. I said if he can throw 200 to 300 yards a game and can rush for close to 100, we're looking at a high. And also there's other things that got to happen here. He has to consistently do that, and he got to rush, and they got to get to a bowl game. If that's the case, I'm talking about a major bowl game. If that's the case, we're looking at another Heisman Trophy winner. That's what we're looking at. And I don't know who idea was it to bench him. I don't know why they benched him, but I guess because maybe he was just a little nervous. I don't know what it was, but whatever they did, it worked. It worked. Whatever they did, they benched him or whatever. It was like a mind thing. It worked on him because now he's the case Salter as he was at Liberty. He's the same player. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I can look at their schedule and tell you when the news is gonna come out. I'm gonna go back to his stats. Before I do that, let me go to their let me go to their let me go to their schedule. I'm gonna show you something. Something that's interesting here in this schedule. All right, so we know they got through Wyoming. Now BYU is ranked number 25. And right as of right now, TCU is ranked 24. Now we know his brother played at TCU. Now he's at Colorado. Iowa State is ranked 14. They're playing three people in the top 25. So BYU, TCU, and Iowa State. Guys, if he can run the table on that, if they can run the table on that by the Utah game, which they're going to beat the Utah game. Now, if he can still have those same stats, then I could say we're chasing another Heisman Trophy. We're chasing one now. We literally could say they're chasing another Heisman Trophy, a back-to-back Heisman Trophy. I don't see how a team could stop him. Like, he's very nifty when he runs. And I've seen it before. I've seen Michael Vick do it. It's been done before. It's not nothing that's it's like not it's not it's not extraordinary actually because it's already been done. For old folks like me, this is not extraordinary. It's just what he does. It's very hard to stop. And the thing is, he got the receivers to back him up. That's very dangerous. Not only can he run, he got the receivers to back him up. So Look for them to. I got them beating BYU. Now that he's playing like that, they could beat BYU. If they beat BYU, they beat TCU. I'm just telling y'all that right now. And after they get through that, Iowa State is going to be a test. That's going to be That's going to be a real test. And if they can get through that, there's not many games left in the season. After they get through that, you just have Utah, Arizona, West Virginia, Arizona State, and Kansas State. That's pretty much it. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's really all they have to do at this point. If their real test is coming up in the next 3 games. That's where the test is for the season. It's just the way it works out. There's some money that was left on the table. We know the Houston game, which is okay. I mean, the Houston game, that was money left on the table. But that Wyoming game, they won 37-20. But the real test is coming with BYU. It's a trifecta. It's BYU, TCU, and Iowa State. And Iowa State is the last test. This is the last test they got for the season. It's literally Iowa State. And if they could come out of that undefeated, we're now looking at another Heisman Trophy winner. If he can keep throwing for that many yards and running for that many yards and take them and beat all these teams, not only are they going to be ranked, we're going to start talking Heisman Trophy. Those are Heisman Trophy numbers. If he just relax and just do his thing, he's gonna will them to a victory. Michael Vick did it. This is reminiscent of me watching Michael Vick his freshman year at Virginia Tech. He literally willed them to a bowl game. He willed them to it. He could take over a game at will. He can take over a game with his legs. And then he'll burn you with his arm. He'll burn you. Absolute burn you. He had a missile for an arm, laser guided. And it was a cannon. Back at Virginia Tech, we used to call it the Vic Flick. If anybody went to Virginia Tech around that time when he was there, you know what they called it. They called it the Vic Flick. It's when he just flicked the ball up and it goes 60 yards. It looked like he's just flicking the ball. It don't even look like he's throwing it hard. And we used to call it the Vic Flick. But I've seen this type of style before. This type of style can beat teams at will, because now what are you going to do? You gotta put a decoy on him. You got to put a decoy on him, and then if he's sitting there throwing his targets and hitting his targets, it's hard to beat him at this point. It's hard to beat him. They can literally just score. The problem is allowing the yards on defense. That might be an issue, but I see them working through that. I had said last week they need to keep Arden Walker out there because he seemed like he is now coming to full form now. They got a dog on that line. So that's what's going on. I ain't gonna take too much of your time, but trust me, the test is for the next 3 games now. Okay, it's BYU, TCU, and Iowa State. Iowa State is the main test. If they can be undefeated in these next 3 games, and he's throwing the same numbers, like 300 yards a game and almost close to 100 yards rushing, we're looking at another Heisman Trophy winner. He can make his claim now for the Heisman Trophy. He can make his claim now. But they got to beat these 3 games. If they can win these 3 games, it's very impressive on his resume for him to beat BYU, TCU. That's why he's here. He wanted to come. Yeah, the season is saved. The season is saved. If they can now, but here's the thing. They got BYU, TCU, and Iowa State. This team could beat anybody with that quarterback running like that. Okay? You see what Georgia Tech just recently did? You can beat people like that. As long as when you're throwing, your throwing is on the money. Because now if his throwing is on the money, you can't stop that. There's no way you can stop it. The only way you can do is contain it and hope that the defense carry us through. You said how though what? How though? What's your question? Like how though? What? How's the season saved? They saved their season because they were having a problem at the quarterback position. You need to solidify that quarterback position and stay with one quarterback. They've already done it. He's never losing his spot again. He's not losing it. The only thing they have to remind him is just go do you at this point. Yeah. So that's all he has to do is pretty much just be himself out there. If he see the opening, he's dangerous. He turns into a running back. That's what he turns into. When he runs, he's a running back. That's what he turns into. You said they look good against a team that look like high school players. No, this is football. Just because they're not in the Power Five, it's easy said than done being out there. No, they on scholarship as well. They get NIL and they get paid to go hit people. It's not as easy. It's not an easy thing out there. They trying to win the game too. Um, that's what I was saying before you wasn't here. Let me just finish what I got to say, and I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I ain't gonna take too more of your time. I'm gonna get up out of here, and that's pretty much it. Um, like I said, the test is coming up with BYU. They ranked 25, TCU ranked 24, and Iowa State ranked 14. That's the main test of the season. Those three games coming up. If they can run the table on those three games, and he's throwing for those numbers and running for those numbers, he's now in contention for the Heisman Trophy. And also, if they can win out, he has the Heisman Trophy. If they can win it out, there's no way you can't give it to him. If he's running for that many yards and throwing for that many yards, and they can just win the hell out, yeah, he got my vote. They got back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners, and not only that, of course, they're going to be bowl eligible, and they could be in contention for the Big 12 title. But then to be in contention for the Big 12 title, you have to win out. At this point, you got to win out. Um, so yeah, I mean, everybody has their opinion, Dub East Side game, and I have my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's not that big of a deal. It's just my opinion, and I'm about to get up out of here. I'm already sick. So I'm just gonna, be out of here in a second. I just giving you my opinion. That's all I'm doing. Um, that's all I'm doing is just giving you my opinion. So yeah, I'm interested in the BYU game right now. So he really has to do him for that BYU game. He has to straight up just do him, man. That's the only thing I could tell you. They need his legs to win. That's what they brought him there for. They need a mobile quarterback. And he's more mobile than Shador is. The only difference between him and Shador is the arm and accuracy. But we're gonna see what happens at the BYU game. As long as he's comfortable, he should be doing just fine. But his arm looked good though, as far as his arm strength. It looks real good. Let's see. But yeah, BYU is the next test. And then TCU, they beating TCU. I'm sorry. They're gonna beat TCU. That TCU is an away game, but the BYU game is a home game. TCU is away game, and Iowa State is a home game, believe it or not. So Iowa State coming to Boulder. Utah's an away game. Arizona is a home game. West Virginia. Oh, let me get to West Virginia. So West Virginia is an away game, and then Arizona is a home game, and then Kansas State is a away game. Now that West Virginia is going to be up. that West Virginia game for them is gonna be it's gonna be rowdy on that field. Like the fans are crazy. So that's gonna be their hostile, and it's gonna be a very hostile environment. West Virginia. I know personally it's gonna be hostile up there. Um, yeah, definitely gonna be a hostile environment in West Virginia. Actually, West Virginia is gonna be a test too. Because it's an away game and it's gonna be a hostile environment. So Utah is not looking like what they were looking in the last couple years. So I got them beating Utah. So it's just that his timing with the wide receivers, they got to get that down pack. I like what he did in this game, but they got to keep going with it. And I think they should be fine. The West Virginia is the Mountaineers. Yeah, it's the Mountaineers. And that game is going to be what I tell you, hostile. It's going to be a hostile. Like it's up. Like if you go there with the other team, go with a Colorado jersey on, you're going to get in an argument. It's not like, you know how people go to other games like it's all good. It ain't all good there. It's almost like going to Philly with another team jersey on. If you go to another team jersey on, it's gonna be smoke for you. I'm just telling you this. It's gonna be smoke in the stadium. It might be a few fights too, for sure. Yeah, it's up in West Virginia. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's up there, man. That's why I say that game, don't sleep on that game. That game right there is a test because it's going to be very rowdy. People going to be cussing at the players, all types of stuff. It's worse than Philly. It's almost worse than Philly. Yeah. So that game is it's going to be, guys, it's going to be this going to be probably the most hostile environment Coach Prime has coached in. One of the most. I wouldn't say the most. I would say one of the most because the one where they were throwing stuff on the field, that was bad. I don't think they're going to get as bad as that throwing stuff on the field. They're going to do a lot of cussing. And if you go out there with a Colorado jersey on, it's getting ready to be up for you. It's up. So just be ready. Just be ready to get something thrown on you. Get ready for some beer to be thrown on you, or get ready for some beef or a fight. I'm telling you, West Virginia is like that. It's like that up there, man. But that's pretty much all I got, man. The takeaways. Caden Salter looked very good. I like the receivers. He got a lot of receivers that got touches in the game. Let me just look at the stats real quick. Salter was 18 for 28, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was the leading rusher, 86 yards. He averaged 7.8 yards a carry. He's a running back, 1 touchdown. Michael Welch was the second leading, 6 carries for 67 yards. Here's the issue with this, though. They probably gotta get the running backs more involved in the game. I mean, which they did. Well, he only had 6 carries. Well, D. Taylor had 9. He had 9 carries. I mean, it's okay. But K. Salter probably is always going to be the leading rusher. I'm just telling y'all this. They had 3 wide receivers with a touchdown. Not bad game for them. I know what people are going to say. Well, Max, they played Wyoming. Well, hey, man, they played Wyoming. But BYU is up next. If they could do that against BYU, it's up any given Saturday. I almost fell asleep on the game. It was so late. They did take a lot of their starters out. Seaton went out. Um, I think they just wanted to just get him out. Maybe he was having some type of issue and they just didn't want him to keep playing, which is smart. But they took him out of the game. They took somebody else out. Yeah, they took a few people out. I'm thinking just to preserve them because maybe he was having some type of soreness or something, and they took him out, which is okay. But I did notice that. But we're gonna see, man. This is a game they were supposed to win. They were supposed to win this game. I think everybody know that they were supposed to win it. Now, like Coach Prime said, they didn't win it how he wanted them to win it. Like this, he wanted this to be a blowout. You said if they don't stop the run against BYU, is murder she wrote. Yeah, that's true. They got to stop that run. They got to stop that run. Because even Wyoming got a burst on them at that one point. Look at this. S. Harris from Wyoming, 19 carries for 126 yards. Okay. So they got some rushing yards on them. Now, what was telling in the game, well, they had two receivers with touchdowns, but they pretty much locked down the other receivers, man. Oh, I about to have to say, man, shout out to Kamani McLean. He got his start yesterday and got an interception. That kid is dominant, man. He has a knack for the ball. And I wasn't surprised he got the interception. He got an interception last season, too, towards the tail end. He got good instincts for the ball, but shout out to him. A lot of the former Colorado players was bigging him up on Instagram. So shout out to him, the former Buffalo. Um, you concerned about Salter's field vision and his well, here's the thing. He all that got to be fixed by BYU because I told you the real test is a trifecta. It's either they're gonna come out undefeated or they're gonna come out um losing every game. Okay. It ain't gonna be no one or the other. They got it's either they're gonna win out or it's just gonna be a problem. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's either that because, like I said, they got BYU, TCU, and Iowa State. Iowa State is ranked 14. And if they could come out of that undefeated, the rest of the season is looking good, even though West Virginia is going to be up. It's going to be up in West Virginia. Um, but if they could win that and be undefeated, yeah, the season is pretty much saved, man. They're thinking about a bowl game, a major one. Because that's a very hard test for the next 3 games. That's very hard. And if they could somehow pull him out, stop that run, and he just do him, and we'll see. Sorry about that. Um, you said I want Salter to succeed because the recruiting slows down. Prime is gone. Yeah, we're gonna see. He got to get some kids in state too, man. Like as far as that offensive line, you usually get them in state. You got to develop that offensive line like over time. Like you right now, the offensive line is not bad. Like he went out there in the portal and got him. But I'm talking about like in the long haul, you gotta develop them. He gotta go visit the kids. He don't do that. I'm gonna tell you who did that when Ohio State were trying to get Caleb Downs. They made an emergency visit to go to his house because he still was thinking about it. They're like, no, 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 no. We gotta go to his house now. They flew right out to his house, the head coach and everything. The athletic director, head coach, and his positional coach. They all went out there to go see him. That means a lot when a coach actually come to your house. You see what I'm saying? But you know, he's Coach Prime is Hollywood. He don't believe in all that. You know, he's a superstar in himself. Superstars think differently. You know what I'm saying? He's not a regular coach. Like he didn't he his his path to being a coach was different. Like he finished football, went to the Hall of Fame. He before that he's a broadcaster, right? Usually it's the other way around. You become a coach and retire, then become a broadcaster. He was already a broadcaster already. Then he had, you know, different shows out and stuff like that. So his mentality is different. Um, but I'm gonna tell you something though. He's a player's coach though. He want to win bad, yo. He don't care how they win. He don't like how they won, but he don't care. A win is a win. He want to win bad. He don't care. He still got that. He's living through them. He's living vicariously through them. He wants to win. He wish he can go out there, but he wants to win. And so yeah, he's not a conventional coach in that aspect, but he's still a good coach to have, man. He really is a really good coach to have, really good mentor as far as been there, done that. Um, he knows what it takes to win. That's why he be challenging him. Like he said to him before the game, pick somebody that's important to you, and that's who you playing for today. You know, this is a mental game. So he got to do those mental challenges on him because it's a mental game. Because everybody can run. Everybody can run. Everybody lift weights, right? But what's going to get you to move that other human being in front of you? Desire. That's what he be trying to do for them. And sometimes when he don't see it, he get frustrated because that's what he used to do. When he a football is all he had. I'm keeping it 100 with you. Football was all he had. Football and baseball. That's what he did to get out. There was nothing. He didn't have a plan B. He didn't have a plan B when he played. It was either football or baseball or back to the or nothing. Okay, that's how he played, and he want people to play like that. Okay, so yeah, he wants you to play like that's your last game because that's how he played. And some of the, you know, it's levels to this college thing. Everybody not going to the NFL. Everybody just want a quick bag and you know be on the team and have fun. They're not thinking about no NFL, but some are. The ones that are thinking about NFL, that's what he wants. He want a team. He wants a team full of those people. It's hard now. It's hard to get. You got to recruit them. It's like it's the recruiting. You got to because now I heard that they're going to change the transfer portal. They said the transfer portal is only going to be one shot at it, which I agree with. It shouldn't be two chances where the portal opens up. They're going to have one shot where the portal opens up, and that's it. Now that forces you to go back to high school and start recruiting those high school players. So if that changes, I don't know the confirmation on if that rule changed yet, but if it does, it's going to change things. Um, you only get one shot at the transfer portal when it opens up. When it closes, that's it. So you got to go to high school and recruit and build those players up. Um, but somehow he's still going to win in the transfer portal. They have a knack of winning in the transfer portal. They know who they want and they know who they want to go for. So they're still going to be cool in that transfer portal, believe it or not. Um, But he wants a team full of players that's all they think about is football. That's very hard to get. I mean, not he's not he don't want a whole team like that because you're not going to get a whole team that way. Um, but he want enough in each position to where they can compete. But it's hard to get. You got to develop them. You got to go on the road. I mean, that's for his recruiters is for. Go on the road and find these people. So a lot of these people are right there in California, Washington, got some dogs up there, the Pacific Islands, Texas, they everywhere. Colorado, they got some. Even though what's his name? He went to Tennessee though, Gage Ginther. He went to I'm surprised they didn't get him. Like, how they didn't close the door with Gage Ginther, man? He went to Tennessee. So he was a kid that they lost from out of state. I mean, from in state, because he's from Colorado. And he looks the part. He looks the part. He's the size and he looks the part. That's what you want to go for. The people that this football, they ain't got no plan B. Like, I want to go to NFL. And he looked the part. And eventually you're gonna see his name being called do 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 do, and the next pick in the 2000 whatever draft is gonna be Gage Ginther. And they got to get those players. Once they start sending their offense and defensive line to the NFL, they have now changed the program around for sure. Because they're always going to keep a quarterback. And they got one in the future now. So they just need to get the defense and offensive line names getting called in the draft. And the team is turned around. They're always going to have a good, nice secondary because, that's just what they do. But it takes a while. See, I'm gonna say this. I said this before. When Coach Prime first took over the team, it was a rebuilding, total roster overhaul. The second season, they got their bearings. Travis was still there, Shador. They were able to get to a bowl game. But after the second season was over, he's back in semi-rebuilding phase again. Because now he got to go find a quarterback. He got to get an offensive line. You know what I mean? So it's almost like he slightly rebuild again. It's still a rebuilding phase. So I would say by year 5, he should turn this thing around by year 5 because he's rebuilding again. But I like what I see in the receivers. I like what I see in them. You got some stars. You got some future NFL on that team, especially Draylon for sure. So it just takes a while to build dynasties. It takes a while. It took a while for Oregon to get to where they were. It took a while for what the guy doing up there in Oklahoma State. It took a while. It takes a while to build these teams up. You just can't do it in 3 years. It takes a while. But he's on track though. Definitely on track. They're on the right path. But that's all I got to say. I'm out of here. I will catch you guys on my next installment sometime this week. Anyway, thanks for joining. All right, y'all.